Welcome back to Stay Tuned. Today we're on a road trip out in the middle of nowhere, Western Pennsylvania, to pick up a car that absolutely changed my life like 25 years ago, and I just bought another one. And here it is. It is a 1987 Mazda RX7. Now, believe it or not, I totally grew up as a hot rod kid. After spending a couple of years ripping around in water-cooled Volkswagens, I spent 10 years as a hardcore rotary dude. I drove them on the street, I raced them in Formula Drift, and I was obsessed. These cars are awesome. They drive incredibly well. There's nothing like them, and they are absolutely a ticking time bomb. And it's been just enough time that I think I'm ready to get hurt again. So we're at my boy Jimmy Caldwell's property, somewhere between Ohio and Philadelphia. He luckily had space to drop this car for us. My buddy Derek picked it up and dropped it off. It's white with blue interior, like my first car. They're not feeling it. I'm feeling it. Look at that thing. So I'm always on the hunt for cars that I think are really cool or special or even mean something to me. I was probably searching for 871 blowers, 671 blowers, and came across a photo of this thing on Craigslist. It had a small block Chevy in there with a 671 on top and a couple of carbs sitting way out of the hood. And I realized the kid was selling the car as a roller, and for $1,500 I scooped this thing up. Now it really does remind me of my very first second gen RX-7. This is my 7th one, which I feel like is good luck because it's an RX-7 or something. Lucky number 7, I don't know. But the deal is $1,500. It was in northern Kentucky. I had it dragged out here to Jimmy's spot, and it's just a really good starting point. It does have mounts for a V8. We can fight about that later in the car. We're going to stick a V8 back in here. We're going to go the rotary route. But, you know, these are just really fantastic little cars. I don't think $1,500 buys you much these days. And we're looking at a rust-free, pretty decent body. Interior is very solid. A lot of my late teenage years and early 20s in a car really just like this. Rear-wheel drive, fully independent suspension, 4-piston brakes, fuel injection, turbo power, rotary engine. I felt like I was driving a spaceship, and it still kind of feels like that. These are tiny, rigid, great handling, great driving little cars. And I found my first RX-7 on Craigslist for $1,700 in North Carolina, and immediately sold my GTI, got a couple bucks together, and went down and got it. That one was a whole complete car running and driving. And I think I have pictures of me in North Carolina picking it up. I think I'm wearing Jinko jeans. I think I've got a fleece on, like a Nautica fleece. We did an overnight bomb run. And I was like, this is all the money I had. This was the deal. I think I paid $1,400 for it. And then later on, the guy had an HKS FCON, computer, to make it run better and more rich and stuff once we got the boost up. And I went back and bought it for another $300, or I had him send it to me. So total price all in $1,700 for a running, driving 87 Turbo 2, basically this exact car. And we need this vent trim in blue.
We're on page 2 of the parts list here already. I love this.
I just want to work on one car. I just want to work on one car till I can actually drive it around.
I feel you.
All right, let's load this thing up and hit the road. Wait, we need a windshield too. Yeah. All right, so we got so excited, I got so excited about the RX-7 that's behind us that I wanted to get my hands on an engine as quickly as possible, thinking that like it was 15 or 20 years ago, you could hop on Craigslist or Facebook and find a decent motor, either off of a boat or out of somebody's car for an RX-7. You can fit basically any of the turbo engines from 87 to 91 go right in, and the later 93 to 95 engines, which are a little bit more powerful, also can go right in with a couple of earlier second gen parts. And I looked at the prices and I basically cried myself to sleep last night because they are bananas. It used to be that a second gen engine was worth about half as much as a third gen. Now they're sort of neck and neck. I don't really know what's going on. Mazda stopped producing these parts, I think around 2009. They shut the rotary plants down, so you can't get any of these parts brand new anymore. So everyone's working off of this sort of, limited supply, and I guess it's driving parts up. I think we're still seeing some effects of the pandemic when the shipping rates to bring a container over were bananas. It's just really difficult. And in the back of my head, my brain is saying, just put a V8 in it, dum-dum, that's kind of your thing now. And we really thought about it. The car's got small block Chevy mounts in it. Zach, how long until we get that thing running with small block in it?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. I think that's a pretty fair estimate. You throw it in. Yeah, he knows. He knows. A little bit of gas, a little bit of spark, and you're off and running. And that is just what we're gonna do after really taking stock of this car and seeing all that it needs. It has no wires in the whole thing. It has no wipers, no interior, no HVAC. It actually doesn't have the Turbo 2 diff in it. And I realized the amount of time and money and effort it would take to get this thing into like a fun street car would be
A lot.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Crazy amount.
And the parts are only getting older and harder to find. I've talked to a couple people and the estimates are ridiculous. So, bottom line, I do want to have some fun with this thing, so we're going to do what comes naturally. We're going to cram a small block Chevy in this thing and go have some fun.
For $12 and a half eaten hot dog.
Exactly. $12 a half-eaten hot dog, and I don't know, a day or two of our time, we're going to be ripping down the road in this thing at probably double the stock horsepower anyway. We have a ton of this V8 stuff laying around. Zach ran home, grabbed this short block. It's just a stock 350 that he had some heads on before and had some fun with. It's got a cam in it. It's still got oil in it, which is going to save us $8, which is nice. And we're going to start throwing parts at it. Go upstairs. I'm going to drag a bunch of good stuff down I've got laying around, and we'll be off and running. So Zach's going to turn the motor over. Some of these cylinders have a little bit of flash rust on them. It happens over time. See right here, I've got a little bit of oil on a piece of Scotch-Brite. This is the gray one, so it's even pretty mild, and it's going to take it right off.
Let them go. It's just that.
That's how a motor works, I think.
That's how a real motor works.
Larry called me again this morning.
If you want.
Just want to check in.
Distinguish which lag.
Engine builder Larry.
Larry that cares enough to check in.
But yeah,
Good Larry.
good Larry.
Whatever bolt fits in those holes.
Perfect. Okay.
So we ordered up some hot parts from Summit. Heads, intake. You know, we're gonna probably kick another 125 horsepower into this thing. I just had some stock smog heads laying around. We're gonna toss them on for mock-up, and this Edelbrock Performer intake. Basically, we're gonna get this thing in the car, do as much as we can to make exhaust, figure out the coolant, fuel, wiring, whatever, as much as we can do. And then when those parts come in a day or so, I'll just put the new heads and stuff on with this thing sitting in the car. No sweat. So to get rocking, we bought a Turbo 350 that's been rebuilt on Craigslist. It was $600. It's a little more than I want to spend, but it's fine. Barb ran home, grabbed the converter they used to have in his Nova. He's bringing that back. We'll start slapping stuff together and get it in the car. Here he comes.
From Japan.
Tight. That's my favorite
I'm
kind.
from Japan. I mean, from good old General Motors.
Detroit.
You get.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Put this trans on. I'm gonna make them kiss. Now kiss.
Yeah.
No washers. No washers.
Stop.
Here it is. Yeah, that's right. Zone 44. Put on some Loctite on those bad boys.
Yep.
Yeah. Then we'll go around again.
This town of El Paso, in love with a Mexican girl.
All right, let's go. It's time to throw this thing in. 6 minutes later, we've got our heads on, water pump, it's in there. We're gonna do a little bit different. We realize we have a Granny's Speed Shop V8 conversion kit, and we don't have their engine mounts that accept the bolt. So we are
Can't go down as
doing a
fast
little
as
bit
you can
different
go.
scenario, but pretty much using all their stuff. All right, the spring came off the trans thing in the side. It's fine, we'll put it in when it's up there. It's a little weak. We gotta rebend it. The spring that holds in like...
Yeah, that thing sucks. It was popped out already a couple times.
It's all right. Let's just get her in and we'll figure it out from there. Why don't we bring the car up and stop with this because we're gonna have to get under there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, about there.
Oil pan.
Yeah.
Gotta go back.
Grab that. Grab that.
Dipstick.
I mean, put it on the car and make sure the car's level, but I like it.
He's not wrong. I don't think there's a level part on this car.
There used to be. After realizing that our engine oil pan was sitting directly on top of the steering rack, we decided to put a 1/2-inch spacer on each side. Now, Granny's Speed Shop will sell you an oil pan in their master kit that doesn't have that interference, but we don't have time for that. Also, we decided to just drill through our engine mounts and do a simple nut and bolt through the whole thing.
There it is. Yes. Now the fun part.
That's it. She's mounted in there for good. Probably quite a bit of tension on it. Take it off. Yeah.
Yeah!
Nice.
Tighten those motor mount bolts to the block. And
Yeah.
it's in there.
It's in. Just that easy.
Okay. This one goes to these.
Just like that, drive shafts.
Bang, bang.
Just like that.
She's in there.
Driver.
Engine bolted in. Transmission bolted in. Drive shaft bolted in.
She's a driver.
She's just about there. Doo-doo, skidoo-doo-doo-doo. Just making breakfast.
It's got some nice buns on
Some
it.
nice buns, baby.
Just some bacon, some carbs, some egg right here.
That's how you do it. These Marys like their eggs tight scrambled.
You don't have to do it.
It's done now, dog.
already there.
Oh, now the camera's on. This guy's, he'll eat whatever.
Big team player now.
Yeah.
I'll
take the chicken
tenders, please.
Yep.
I got a weird thing about the yellows and the whites not being mixed together.
Oh, I didn't realize you're 7. He said the whites and the yellows like he's 5.5. You got it.
You went hard, pal.
That's you.
That's me.
That's you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I think it's delicious.
See this
Never
quality?
eat breakfast, and you're like into it.
He's gonna work on exhaust. What are you working on? Cooling or fuel?
What do we have for exhaust tubing in that size?
Are we doing one up, one down here?
That's what we've been saying, dude.
You gonna wrap it around the car 3 times too, or what?
I might. Don't tempt me with a good time. We're definitely headed in the right track here. For sure.
I am putting some fittings on this Holly Blue pump. So we're gonna stick this thing in the trunk with a little fuel cell we have and just run a bunch of 3/8 rubber hose from the front to the back. Keep it nice and basic. Cheap, simple, effective. Get this thing rolling. Make some noise here. I'm ready for some burnouts.
That's right.
PB blaster and
Italian pheromones, baby.
Italian pheromones here. That's how we do it. Somebody's got to do it, you know.
That'll break you
They'll
loose.
slide on real nice.
It'll break you loose.
Can I get a
and then
little
get you pregnant.
straight off the leg?
What?
Let me get a little straight off the leg here.
Yeah, go ahead. Ooh, nice.
It'll go right on now.
This is some backyard engineering.
Ready for this technology here? This is what happens. So the key here is to find the worst ratchet strap you have in your shop and donate it to your project.
Because if it works real good, it's going to stay.
It's gonna stay forever, exactly. We've all been around the block here, and we know that when you make a real, half-assed burnout car with really quality parts, you're probably not gonna wanna take it apart because it's gonna be really fun. So what you do is, how many clicks do you think I should get on this thing? How many clicks is tight? Look at that thing. Golly. All right, we're wiring this fuel pump up in the trunk of this here RX7. We got this nice cart we put together with all this beautiful wire from Wire Care. We appreciate you guys. We modded this thing up with some bins and some bins. Some Dorman stuff, and we're ready to rock here. We got bins everywhere. Also, mark your relays.
Aww. Oh yeah. That's beautiful.
How about that?
That fits real good.
The yolks and
That's the yoke.
yoked up.
Where do we want to put these?
Sad yokes.
See, it's take inspiration from Formula One technology, creating a little bit of a black backflow venturi here. Smart, leave this big gap. That knows what he's doing. Also, the cutouts are already in the bumper, and these fit the holes. Bang.
Fabricator with a K. Beautiful. A lot of exhaust for this car. Fireballs. Hit that with a torch, make it all nice and blue.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, it'll shoot flames, for sure.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it. It's shooting flames.
Open the door.
Open that door. Todd's gonna be like, what the? Please don't break the door.
I don't know my own strength.
In front of the door.
Let's go.
Start throwing boxes. Come on.
Summit. Oh yeah, this is
the piece here.
yeah. Really gonna
It's something.
sick. Yeah, a little fabricated tunnel ram, single carb style. Get that up in the fresh air. Get that carburetor up high. Work.
Oh, the gaskets and everything?
You know it. Thank you, Summit. We love you.
It ain't gonna be pretty, but it'll be done. I'm playing connect the dots. Oh, missed the spot.
And then mostly for the gasket surfaces.
Yeah, we're there. And we're not putting any boost in this thing, are we?
Too early to say.
That's what I like about this guy.
Over here.
These are nice. I had my head in the trunk before. I didn't get to see these shiny parts. Been on, right?
Yeah. There's no way anything compared to those monsters. Do you have
like
two mediums
bullhorns?
for head lined up?
I have a medium for you right now.
I'm at the four separated properly.
Monster.
Using our sign for. Cool.
So we just tossed on our set of Summit brand aluminum heads for the small block. They look awesome. They fit great so far. There was a time when this would cost you an absolute fortune, but with all the different manufacturers stepping up, this stuff is pretty affordable now. One thing, anytime you're putting heads on a small block Chevy, you want to put essentially pipe dope, thread sealant, whatever you want to call it, on the ends of the head bolts, because all of them basically go into the water jacket. And if you don't, it will not hold water pressure properly. It can even like kind of leak out once the thing's running and warm. And if you'll have just random coolant loss all the time, that's what it is. So while you're in there, do it right.
Ready?
And with the ARP stuff, they have a special lubricant so that there's no weird galling between the washer and the head of the bolt itself. So you want to put that on both sides of this washer so it can still work, and then still put the pipe dope for about the first 4 or 5 threads here. All right. They're running a set of stock length push rods. I believe they're 780s or 780. Close enough, we'll call it. These are some hardened 5/16 numbers from Summit. They've got these little guide plates on them, which is a nice move. When you do get all this together, you want to loosen up the guide plates, make sure they're aligned really well with the lifters, and then they're going to put the rocker right over top of the valve, and then tighten them back down. So it's a little bit of put it together and make sure it looks right, take it off, torque down these rocker studs, and then you can keep moving forward. Rocker studs. Do a little bit of assembly lube on both tips. That way it's not rocking dry for a little while. It's not good. You want to keep that rod tip pre-lubricated.
The oil will come later.
So we had ordered up some 1.5 to 1 ratio rockers and realized this cam is pretty mild. Zach's claiming 450 lift or so. So I dug in the back. I've got this set of stamped but still roller comp cams, 1.6. So if you do the math, you get essentially 16% more lift, something like that. Somebody do the math. It's going to wind us, I think with these numbers, we're going to end up just under 500 lift. These heads are good to 525, so we'll be taking advantage of that and pumping a little more air and a little more horsepower through this thing. It's just what every RX7 needs, more V8 horsepower.
Yeah, I love
That's
doing
really
that.
the name of the game here. Why don't you come through with the assembly lube and just hit the tips of every valve. Rolling nice. I always like to make sure if they've been sitting a long time, they still actually roll.
Yeah.
And then once you put your car back together with all this assembly lube everywhere, run it for an hour and then change the oil. We're not going to do that, but that's what you should do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, I didn't say what you do for that first hour, but after that hour, then you change the oil.
Make sure you drop parts on the floor.
Throw your parts on the floor. I'm gonna come back through and pour oil over everything.
Oh, God.
All right, we've got our cylinder heads bolted down. We're gonna spin the motor over a bunch and set the valve preload. Then come in, put on these sweet valve covers. That's sick. Intake, top it off with a carburetor. Do a couple other things to get this thing fired up. It'll be like that, except for real. All right, time lapse it, go.
Yeah. We're getting close. Buy our stickers, buy our shirts.
What are you thinking about doing with those, bud?
Putting them wherever they stick. They're sticky.
New merch alert. We've got this Stay Tuned sticker pack. It's got like 11 different stickers on it. You buy the whole thing as a pack. You can get them in the description below. Zimmy's going to use them to spruce up
Personalization.
our plain but pretty rad valve covers from Summit.
They're about to be cooler.
I like it. New merch. New merch.
When I was a child, my nickname was Sticker Stealer.
Weird.
So,
Okay. Sticker stealer.
yeah.
All right, I'm making a coffee.
Okay, so now, can you make
Dang!
make a second one?
Yeah, give me a clean cup.
With the red breather.
You're really asking a lot
Ooh, baby.
now.
We can send Zim on a real coffee run too one of these days.
To the place,
There's a lot of great coffee shops around here.
I've only been once.
It's no Steel City, but it'll work.
Knock.
Stay tuned for when we decide to put a rotary back in here. Guys, I've been thinking about it. And I'm
Is
wondering.
this another one of those epiphany moments?
Yeah, I don't know if it's now or
Now?
soon.
Do you guys hear anything? Because I didn't hear
Maybe now.
anyone talking. Yeah, let's not fire it up, pull it all out, and start over.
Attaboy. So I'm going to dig into our Summit Ready to Run distributor. There's a couple things we want to do. I'm going to dig in here and have a look at these advanced springs.
Well,
Probably
those
put in
look
something
heavy.
lighter, yeah. Those look heavy there. I'm gonna see what they've got
love
rocking.
those.
All right, looks like Summit is actually starting you out pretty aggressive here, which I like. You can feel not much to those. They got, what are the other options?
No, I think those are the lightest ones.
yeah,
Those are beefy. These look pretty heavy too.
I think that's very heavy. That might be lighter than this even.
You want those?
Give me one of those. So you can mix and match these because they work as a team.
Oh yeah, that's it.
That'll work. And then this just has a trigger wheel and an actual pickup and ignition module in it. So all you need to do here is power and ground, and then you're off and running. I got it. What do we got today? Oh, damn, that does look good.
How's that look?
Birria pizza taco scenario. This is just a big quesadilla. This is what
Pizza, it's pizza.
I'm in. This looks like a pizza. It's round and flat.
Dang.
It's Tuesday, so we're on Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday pizzas. Let's go. We've got most everything hooked up except for fuel. I'm gonna start spinning the engine around and set the valves. So essentially we're gonna set each cylinder to the base circle, set the valves, and we'll be really close to firing this thing up. Zach's gonna go back to get to the store to buy a V-belt. This will be your 5th trip. Get that length right. We'll be going, but this is my favorite part. Hear that?
That started real. That just popped off. But.
I heard it. Yeah. She sounds good though. She's gonna make some horsepowers for sure.
At least 2.
At least. All right, flip it back on. I'm gonna start. Let's go to work. So we've got our laying around short block from Zach, Summit top end on this thing. This is the carburetor I rebuilt for our Buick. It never really worked right, but that wasn't the problem. Radiator's in there. I slammed in that Summit distributor. I gave it the little patented scooch, and I think it's gonna fire right up. We haven't heard anything yet. Give me fuel pressure. See that barb wired it up, streetcar style. Oh yeah.
Ready?
Turn the ignition on.
Woo!
Crank.
Crank it.
Wait, wide open.
I'll take it.
It sounds terrible.
Oh, it's great. Okay. Let's tune her up now.
Carb work.
Yeah, let's tune her up.
A little bit.
Put that 800 on there.
Woo!
Put that other one on.
800.
That was sick.
A lot.
Let's do it. It'll be better than this thing, I
sounds like a
think.
boat.
I don't know that I'm. After this thing saw so many backfires,
That's true. I wouldn't trust
I
that.
don't trust it. I'd have to go through it all again.
We need chrome up there anyway.
Yeah, let's get this thing fixed up. Yeah, squirter's working great.
He's reinvigorated. You see this? We're gonna doll it
That
up.
one isn't working.
This one doesn't do anything. Yeah. Get this out of here.
Yeah. Let's add more silver to this.
Hell yeah. All right.
equation
My
here.
bad. Get that on there. That's from the Bird?
Firebird,
Yeah, that's a good carburetor.
It works.
Throw that thing on there. Hit it. New carb's on. Hit it. Woo! All right, it's good now. Yeah, that'll work. Go. Woo!
Dude, this might be the coolest thing.
That sounds right. That sounds good now.
See, now don't you want to just keep it and beat the piss out of it?
I definitely want to drive it
Hell
real
yeah.
bad. It is not a rotary
It's not
at
a
all,
rotary.
but it does seem pretty awesome.
It does.
I can tell right now it's going to make a bunch of power. It sounds sick. It took us 11 seconds to dial in the timing and, you know, tune it by slapping a different carburetor on there. This is what's on the Firebird. Seems to love it.
Way better.
Yeah,
I think you put this on anything, it runs great.
yeah, that's the one.
Put it on my car.
Sick. All right, we want to put a throttle cable on it and hit the streets.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it. I'm excited. All right, we are out in our small block powered RX7. It's been a crazy week. My brain is all swirled around. I had one idea, Now we're in one
Better
rowdy,
idea.
ratty little rocket ship. And I mean, I'm telling you, this thing is gonna be, it's just burning the tires. You got some pep, dog. Then second now. Holy shit.
This thing is so good.
Wow. Woo! Wow. Clicked in a second and I laid on it. It was like, yeah! And I was like,
I heard you guys coming, and I was like, I gotta pull off.
oh my God. Brutal. That thing is a
Damn.
rocket ship. Like,
Power
it makes me feel so crazy because I'm like, it's so brutally fast. Like, it's not a street car. It's got headers that come out the front. But my God, it's so fun. Also, we just drove it on the street. It was pretty fun. That's it for this episode of Stay Tuned, but there's no way that's it for this car. It's too rowdy, it's too fun. I don't think I'll ever put a rotary in this one because it's just an absolute blast to drive. I think with a little bit more work, we could take this thing to the track and have just so much fun with it. It's a very basic motor in a tiny little Japanese car, and it is a riot. I love this thing. It's not exactly what I was going for when I bought it, but sometimes you just gotta let the car take you where it wants to go.